Hi everybody, welcome to Simply Scuba. Here I've got the Fourth Element Hydra Drysuit. So this is a neoprene dry suit, nice body fitting, very high attention to detail. There's lots of clever sort of details on the inside. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so this is how it arrives. It comes in a bag which kind of doubles up as a changing mat as well. That's a handy little tip. The material itself pretty tough and it's waterproof as well. So if you're in like a gravelly area or something, whatever it is, you don't want sort of sand and grit getting on the inside of your boots, then you lay this out flat and then that gives you a nice changing area to get changed into your dry suit. On the outside, a little bit of sort of paraphernalia, lube it or lose it, lovely. Your dry zipper, honestly, you do have to lubricate your zipper to keep it sort of working. And just some more information on how to look after your zipper, definitely read through that. Hydra, just the sort of barcode, and just more information about the dry suit itself. 2 grab handles, one on either side so you can carry it around. 2-way zipper, it's kind of clamshell so it opens up. Yeah, on the inside, we have, go on. On the inside, we have our dry suit. Let's see what else you get with it. Because there should be a hood. So one hood, a bibless hood. You don't want too much around the neck. It's going to get in the way of your neck seal. So it kind of cuts off short, but it's enough to cover your head and your neck. So it kind of overlaps, goes over the top of your neck seal. This one, if we take a quick look at this, it's you'll notice that this sort of plastic tie goes through a little hole in the top. That's because there's 2 layers of neoprene in there. There's going to be 2 holes in the top and then some on the inside of the hood. And that's when it fits over your mask skirt and you exhale through your nose just to equalize the mask or whatever it is, clear some water, and air gets on the inside of the hood. As you start to ascend and that gas starts to expand, you want to allow it to escape, and that's what those vents are for. So that's quite handy. Also of note, it's got that sort of glide skin, metal skin on the inside that seals against your face and slows water from getting in. The same around the neck as well. Also, in this little pouch here, you get a few goodies. If I just get those out, you get a piece of paper, register online and get a free 12 months extended warranty. So definitely worth checking that out. You get an inflator hose. This is quite a nice inflator hose and it's got a really big, chunky sort of collar here. So even if you've got thick neoprene gloves, you can still sort of use that. You also get some insoles for your boots. So these just allow for just a bit more comfortable, especially if you're walking around on the deck of the boat or something. We get some Gear Aid Seal Saver Dry Suit Seal Conditioner. So use that to keep your seals in top condition. And you also get some zip wax, zipper lubricant. So a bit like a lipstick that you just sort of put on the zipper just to keep that in top condition. So let's take a closer look at the suit itself. Okay, so let's take a quick look around the suit. So starting at the top, starting with the neck seal. So this is a neoprene neck seal. You notice that the sealing surface is on the outside because what you're supposed to do is roll this inside so it sort of overlaps on itself, and then the air pressure on the inside of the suit is helping to push that against your neck, and that's what's creating the seal. Don't just put it on and leave it sort of untucked. That's not how you're supposed to dive with it. Moving down the suit, over the shoulders, over the chest, over a lot of the panels on this suit, you'll see this detailing. This is to help protect that external lining of the suit in key areas. So over the shoulders and sort of on the chest, on the knees. So this pattern detailing is just abrasion resistant to help keep your BCD shoulder straps from rubbing and damaging the suit. All of the seams, they have 4 ways of seaming and sealing them. So first of all, the 2 sections of neoprene, they're fused together with a glue, and then they're blind stitched. So the stitch doesn't go all the way through the neoprene. It goes about halfway through and then doubles back. It's then taped on the inside, which I'll show you in a second, and then it's actually fused on the outside. So incredibly good sort of seals all over this suit. So even if something does damage one part of that seam, it's not going to unravel. So very, very good seams on this. The neoprene itself, so it's 7mm thick neoprene that's compressed down to 4mm thick. So it's very strong and abrasion resistant and thermal as well, but it doesn't feel big or clunky neither. This suit is made to be a flexible neoprene dry suit, so you've got more sort of movement, especially around the joints. Moving down on the left hand side, so this has Apollo seals. So this is your auto dump on your left hand shoulder. So just up here we have the adjustability. So you can either push this little section until it's in lock. So that means that no matter what air that you put inside of the dry suit, it won't come out. If you open it a little, it means that a small amount of gas will vent when it gets near to the auto dump. If you open it all the way up, it means that any air that gets around it will vent. You also have a manual just in case. So if you push on this little button, that's going to just automatically vent. So if you're in a runaway ascent or something, it's a shoulder up, push that button and it will vent. Moving down the arm, we see the neoprene cuff seals. So again, the seams, they're fused as well on the outside, and then on the inside of these we have that glide skin material that's creating that effective seal. They're kind of bottlenecked down towards or sort of tapered down towards your cuff to get an effective seal around there. Underneath the arms, you'll see we have tougher material on this external lining. Again, that's preventing your BCD shoulder straps and your gear from wearing that key area. A lot of dry suits, a lot of wetsuits, they tend to wear underneath your arm. So all of this panel is much, much tougher to make sure that your dry suit lasts as long as possible. Down towards the chest, we have another Apollo. This is your inflator valve. So this swivels all the way around. So no matter which direction you want that inflator hose coming in, if you want it coming in under your left arm, over your left arm, from your right hand side, it can come in from whatever sort of direction you want. A little stopper just to protect that valve. And then to inflate it, you have a hinged mechanism with a bit of a hook as well, so you can feel for it for your dry suit. You don't push on that central logo like with a lot of valves. You push on this kind of hinged spring section, which just means that you get a bit more control. Instead of just a on-off button, you can kind of feather it and get sort of as much control as you want. If you want a little bit of air, press it a little bit. If you want a lot, then you push it all the way in. So you do get a nice bit of control, and it's very smooth action. Nice valves on this. Moving the suit down around the waist, you'll notice big open panels on this dry suit. So stitching is where it starts to limit the flexibility of the suit, because stitching can't really stretch. The neoprene itself, big open panels, they can stretch. So that's why you're seeing big open panels. And in the crotch, you have more of that reinforced material. If you're diving with a crotch strap, or if you're just the action of thinning alone, can wear that section. So this makes it a bit more comfortable because you don't have stitching between your legs, but also it makes it more abrasion resistant, again, so your suit lasts a lot longer. Down to the knees, we see more of that pattern detailing, especially when you're training. If you're spending a lot of time on the bottom, whatever it is, then you've got that reinforcing down around your knees. And then down at the boots, so these are very nice boots. They're kind of like the amphibian boots. So we have neoprene sections all the way around the ankle, so that gives you full range of motion. So whatever fin kicks you want to do, you get a full range of motion there. But then further down, you have these clunky reinforced sections in key areas. You get a tough boot, you get this section of Velcro to really kind of constrict it and hold it in position so your foot stays in your boot. So the sole itself is flexible, but not very. It's kind of best of both worlds. It's tough, it's got a nice tread on it, so you can move around on slippery, wet surfaces, but if you step on something sharp or uncomfortable, it's not going to matter because it is pretty tough, but it doesn't feel like you're wearing just a heavy Wellington boot or something. You do still have a bit of flexibility in that. Over the top, over the front of the toes, where your fin naturally kind of touches the front of your foot, and on the back of the heel you have these reinforced sections just to protect from wear and tear. You've got this notch at the top as well, that's holding onto your fin strap and stopping that from slipping down. And then on the other side you've just got this tab. That's how you adjust that Velcro, just to kind of tighten it up. It's a bit like doing up your laces. On the back of the suit, you can see we've got subtle detailing on the back, the logos, but then you have a plastic YKK zipper underneath there. As you can see, it's pretty easy to do up. It's brand new. I probably couldn't do that single-handed just with a brass zipper, so much easier to do up, and yeah, much more flexible as well compared to a brass zipper. The external neoprene just covers it up a little bit, helps protect the zipper from your BCD. And then underneath that, you've got a section of neoprene. So again, this is just sort of protecting you from the cold a little bit, stopping anything from getting sort of straight through that zipper. On the inside of the suit, bit of Velcro that covers over that chest valve. And then on the inside, here you can see all of these seams, they're taped on the inside and glued, so they're nice and soft on the inside. And actually the internal lining is different from the external lining. The external lining is made to be sort of abrasion resistant, so it's tough. Internal lining is much softer, so you can actually get in and out of the suit and move around in the suit much, much easier. Right, so let's review the Hydra. So first of all, who is it for? So it's for cold water diving, someone who wants a tough neoprene dry suit, something that that is pretty streamlined. They've made this to be quite nice and sort of body hugging, to sort of help with gas management, so that the sort of gas bubble on the inside travels pretty easily. You're nice and hydrodynamic in the water as well, but it's pretty tough also. Now, looking at the different categories, so first of all, comfort. So I've given this 5 out of 5 for comfort. The materials, very, very nice. The quality of the kind of the finish is, I'll get back to into another section. Kind of a lot of them cross over when I talk about dry suits, but yeah, everything from the boots, you can choose whether to use those internal sort of footbeds as well, and yeah, sort of everything about it is made to be comfortable and practical as well. As far as features, I've only given it 4 out of 5, just because on a dry suit of this kind of level, I'd expect to see thigh pockets. On most dry suits, when you kind of reach this kind of tier, you typically get at least some kind of thigh pocket. Now, you can get external sort of shorts that you can wear over the top of it, but with a lot of dry suits, they just have them fitted as standard. And then moving on to quality 5 out of 5. The neoprene itself, very nice. All of the lining, the attention to detail is very, very high on this suit. So 5 out of 5 is really easy for that. And yeah, just every little thing that you look at, it's very well built and very well put together. So you will be happy with this dry suit. As far as cost, I've only given it 3 out of 5 because it's kind of sort of reaching at that pretty premium price. Most of that is going into that detailing, the materials, everything from the boots to the zipper and all that kind of design and technology that's gone into it. I can kind of warrant it, but again, at that price point, I really expect to see thigh pockets. On the inside, you don't have braces neither, or suspenders. I don't know what you call them. It means different things in different countries, but the elasticated braces that hold the bottom up. So yeah, I'd kind of expect to see them, but not saying that it's ridiculously expensive. It could be a lot more expensive, obviously, but it sits at a relatively sensible price point. But I'd expect to see a few more features on it. So that's giving that an overall score of 8.5 out of 10, which is good. It is a good dry suit. To give it a higher score, it would have to have thigh pockets and a few other features on it, and maybe even like a ring system instead of the neoprene cuffs, just for flexibility. But it's very much up to what you want in a dry suit. If you're after a tough neoprene dry suit that's going to keep you dry and warm, then yeah, you can do a lot worse than this. Okay, so that's the Fourth Element Hydra Drysuit. Very nice, well put together dry suit. Neoprene, so it's kind of heavy or heavier compared to a membrane dry suit, but it's nice and tough, so you never have to worry about it. And it in itself is pretty warm, so you don't need as much of an undersuit underneath it. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. There's going to be more information on our website, simplyscuba.com. There's going to be a link down in the description so you can check it out. Thank you for watching, and of course, safe diving.